Hello everyone, you are with the Knitting Studio in Style. This time, we will learn how to connect two pieces with the shoulder seam. Typically, this seam is used to sew the front and back of a sweater. For example, I have knitted two pieces in stockinette stitch. I used grandmother's stitches. For this seam, do not close the stitches. Arrange them on the needles. Next, fold them face to face. That is, with the right side inside. The wrong side will be closer to us. Next, position them so that the needle with our working yarn is closer to us. Now, what do we do? It is more convenient for me to use a hook. However, in principle, it is also possible to sew with a third additional needle. I will use a hook. Next, we will knit two stitches together. Knit the first stitch from the first piece and the second stitch from the second piece. How is this done? We take the hook, grab the first stitch on the first needle by the front loop in my case. Next we insert the hook into the second stitch, that is, the first stitch of the second needle. We grab the working yarn and pull it through the two stitches on the needle. We slip these two stitches off. We have formed the first stitch on the hook. Next, we do the same. We insert the hook into the next stitch on the first needle. I approach it from left to right, that is, by the front loop. Next, we insert the hook into the first stitch on the second needle, grab the working yarn, pull it through both stitches, and drop them from the needles. We have formed two stitches on the hook. Now we pull the newly formed stitch through the first stitch on the hook. This closes the row, and we repeat our action. We insert the hook into the first stitch, into the second stitch. We take up the working yarn, pull it out, remove the stitches from the needles, and pass through the formed loop that is already on. Here, we do not pull the stitches tight, to prevent the seam from being restrictive. Thus, step by step, we close our row. I insert the hook into the front loops, working them together as if we need to knit two stitches together. In any case, we need to insert the hook into the stitches in such a way that the stitches face us. This means that the stitches should not get twisted. In my case, I knit through the front loop. That is more comfortable for me. I knit them as they face me. It would be uncomfortable for me to knit through the back loop from the first needle. It is also uncomfortable to knit through the back from the second needle, so I knit through the front loops. We reach the end of the row, and we also knit the last stitches together, remove them from the needles, put away the needles, and now we introduce the formed loop, the first stitch on the hook. In this way, we have one stitch left on the hook. We make a chain stitch to secure the yarn. We pull out the yarn and cut it. I will not cut it. This is how the seam looks from the wrong side. A neat little ridge. And here is the front side. A very tidy seam. It is elastic if not pulled too tight. It is very suitable for stockinette stitch, and for any pattern worked in stockinette. The main thing here is to ensure that the stitches do not twist. They must be worked correctly, so that they are not twisted. I think this seam will come in handy when knitting any items, so give it a try. Enjoy your knitting. Thank you for watching. Stay with us, and see you in the next lessons. Bye.